Welcome back, Dub Nation. Get ready for the kind of bombshell that sends shockwaves from the Bay to Broadway. Smash that like button and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you're front and center when we uncover every twist and turn of this seismic roster shakeup. Late last night, whispers turned into outright roars. The Golden State Warriors have reportedly parted ways with two of their most promising young talents. That's right. Rumor has it that Gui Santos and Moses Moody have been suddenly and completely cut loose, leaving fans across the Bay scratching their heads and wondering what on earth could have prompted such a drastic move. Could this be the opening salvo in an off-season blitzkrieg to reload around Stephen Curry? Is it possible that these departures are the first step toward landing a game-changing veteran? And if so, who might be the beneficiary of this newfound roster flexibility? Here's where things get really interesting. A recent trade proposal circulating in insider circles suggests that Golden State is eyeing one of the NBA's premier big men, a modern rim protector whose ability to gobble up rebounds and dominate the paint could be the missing piece to elevate this team back into title contention. The buzz names Jarrett Allen of the Cleveland Cavaliers, a two-time All-Star center celebrated for his rim-running prowess and double-double consistency. Now, imagine the front office lining up Santos and Moody, both hard-working, athletic wings, with tantalizing upside, alongside protected first-round picks from 2026 and 28, all packaged and shipped east in exchange for Allen and promising young guard Craig Porter Jr. Could trading away these beloved youngsters be the price of admission? For acquiring a bona fide inside force, fans have flooded social media with shock and speculation. Some vitriolic takes claim that the drops of Santos and Moody signify a win-now mentality so extreme it risks alienating the franchise's future core. Others argue that freeing up roster spots was a necessary sacrifice to clear salary cap space, enabling Golden State to pursue the likes of Allen without exceeding luxury tax limits. After all, Steve Kerr's blueprint has always valued versatility and depth, but every championship window demands bold, sometimes brutal, choices. To truly grasp the magnitude of this move, let's rewind to the origins of these two young players. Gui Santos, a sharpshooting wing from Brazil, was drafted on the heels of international accolades, celebrated for his potential to stretch the floor and electrify crowds with deep-range bombs. Moses Moody, meanwhile, hinted at two-way stardom. From day one, flashing length, defensive instincts, and timely scoring bursts that had pundits labeling him a future cornerstone. Could two players with that pedigree really be expendable? The answer, according to insiders, lies in a confluence of cap gymnastics and championship urgency. Cleveland's roster has long been peppered with promising talent, but starved of consistent interior dominance. Jarrett Allen, at 27, is coming, off another season averaging a sturdy double-double, ranking among the league leaders in rebounding rate and field goal percentage around the rim. His presence would instantly fortify Golden State's paint protection, alleviate Draymond Green's defensive burden, and offer Kawhi-like pivot options when Curry and company need that extra second-chance bucket. Pair that with Craig Porter Jr., a young guard brimming with court vision and a knack for clutch plays, and you've got a two-for-one upgrade that could redefine the Warriors' ceiling. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Every blockbuster carries its own hazards. Imagine the locker room dynamic shifts when two homegrown talents, once heralded as future cornerstones, find themselves packing bags at Chase Center. Does this kind of abrupt roster purge risk-fracturing team chemistry? Can a veteran nucleus absorb such turnover without losing its signature brand of unselfish, ball movement magic? Some skeptics believe that mid-season adjustments of this magnitude could disrupt Golden State's fluid identity, replacing seamless rotations with awkward new hierarchies. Even more, the financial alchemy required to facilitate such a trade is nothing short of spectacular. Warriors executives would need to juggle sign-and-trade mechanics, navigate stretched contracts, and possibly orchestrate buyouts of expiring deals, all while towing the luxury tax line. Let's face it, Joe Lacob has never shied away from big bets, but each maneuver carries risk. Could a misstep in the cap sheet leave Golden State hamstrung in future windows? Or will this maneuver prove to be the masterstroke that vaults the franchise back to the sports summit? Now, picture the reaction across the Western Conference. The Suns, Lakers, and Nuggets, once regarded as the Warriors' fiercest rivals, would instantly reshuffle their offseason plans. Phoenix might double down on wing depth to counter Allen's interior onslaught. Los Angeles could scurry to shore up its front line. Denver's Nikola Jokic would suddenly face an even more daunting paint-protecting duo. Every contender would be forced to answer Golden State's bold declaration, "We're not just reloading, we're reinventing." Meanwhile, in fan bars and social media arenas, debates rage with the intensity of playoff Game 7. Was firing Santos and Moody too cold-blooded? One side cries. "No sacrifice is too great when championship history beckons," retort the optimists. Animated mock-ups of Allen donning royal blue and gold flood Twitter feeds, while local sports talk shows dedicate entire segments to parsing the fine print of the proposed Cleveland package. Through it all, one question remains paramount. Does landing Jarrett Allen justify cutting ties with two beloved prospects? Could this merciless front office choreography be the spark that reignites the Warriors' dynasty? Or will it backfire, leaving Golden State with a roster so top-heavy it loses the very synergy that defined its most glorious era? Stay tuned, because in Part 2, we'll dissect every nuance, from exact draft pick configurations and salary cap witchcraft to on-court lineups and the fan base fallout. But for now, let the speculation simmer. What do you think about the sudden ouster of Santos and Moody? Is this the bold gambit that tiptoes back into championship contention, or a move too far even for a team built on fearless innovation? I can't wait to read your takes in the comments below. Hit that follow button and ring the notification bell on Warriors News Fan Report right now, so you're the first to know when this blockbuster deal becomes reality. Imagine the scene at Chase Center once the dust settles. Jarrett Allen, towering, at the rim, anchoring a defense that suddenly looks impenetrable, while Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson rain threes without fear of getting crowded in the paint. But how exactly does Golden State clear the path for this seismic shift? The financial wizardry is nothing short of NBA alchemy. Warriors executives would need to orchestrate a sign-and-trade maneuver that brings Allen aboard while sending Gui, Santos, Moses Moody, and a cache of protected first-round picks to Cleveland. That likely involves stretching an expiring minimum contract to open the cap, negotiating buyouts with veteran role players, and creatively matching salaries via a combination of draft rights and veteran exceptions. Every cap-saving tactic carries a risk. Veteran leaders might walk away in free agency, rotation depth could erode, and future flexibility might be compromised. Yet, if the destination is a lineup featuring Curry's gravity-defying shot, Thompson's catch-and-shoot mastery, Draymond Green's defensive orchestration, and Allen's paint-patrolling prowess, most would argue the gamble is worth taking. On the court, the integration of Allen into Steve Kerr's motion offense would require subtle but critical adjustments. Picture Curry initiating the play from the top of the arc, Curry's dribble handoffs luring defenders into traps, and Allen slipping down the lane for a role that demands double teams. With Green reading and reacting to every weak side cut and Thompson flowing off screens for open looks, the system that's generated so many highlights could absorb a post presence without sacrificing its trademark flow. Could Allen learn Kerr's spacing principles quickly enough to thrive, or will his arrival require several months of recalibration? Early reports from private workouts suggest Allen's high basketball IQ and unselfish tendencies make him an ideal candidate to embrace a supporting role, even as he commands double teams and gobbles rebounds like only he can. Beyond the court and the cap sheet lies the most unpredictable element of all: team chemistry. Warriors culture has thrived on continuity, mutual trust, and the unspoken bond between players who have shared 3 championships in 4 years. How will that bond hold up when 2 beloved homegrown talents, Santos and Moody, find themselves overseas? There's talk that these departures, while jarring, may galvanize the remaining roster, reinforcing the do-whatever-it-takes mentality that drove this franchise to glory. Vet voices in the locker room, including Green and Thompson, are reportedly prepared to embrace the challenge, viewing Allen's addition as both a reward for past success and a catalyst for future triumphs. Still, skeptics caution that chemistry isn't a modular component. It's a living organism that can wither if the right voices and personalities are removed. Only time will tell whether the integration of a generational big man can revitalize the Warriors' DNA or upset the delicate ecosystem that defines their identity. Meanwhile, the ripple effects of this potential trade would stretch across the entire Western Conference. The Suns, fresh off an electrifying backcourt renaissance, would suddenly face an Allen-powered Warriors squad that neutralizes their interior strengths. The Lakers, who have flirted with blockbuster acquisitions of their own, might find themselves scrambling to shore up the front line, perhaps targeting another big wing or doubling down on defensive-minded veterans. Even teams like Denver and Minnesota would feel the pressure. Jokic and Towns would face a new paint defender whose contradictions challenge their post-up prowess, and every contender would need to reassess their strategies. In essence, a successful Allen for Santos and Moody shakeup would redefine title odds and force every franchise to revisit their off-season plans. On social media, the debate is already reaching fever pitch. Fan art of Allen in royal blue and Gold floods Instagram, while heated Twitter threads debate the merits of adding an all-star center at the expense of 2 high-upside wings. Sports Talk shows dedicate segments to dissecting the exact draft pick protections, cap ramifications, and the likely starting lineup. Even casual observers are asking whether this bold move restores Golden State to undisputed supremacy or risks backfiring by disrupting the franchise's trademark togetherness. The only certainty is that no one can ignore the magnitude of what's at stake. From a historical lens, blockbuster trades always carry elements of the unknown. Legends like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers and Moses Malone to the Sixers reshaped franchises and created dynasties, but other seismic swaps have backfired spectacularly. Could this be the next great transaction in NBA lore, or will it serve as a cautionary tale about sacrificing youthful promise for immediate gain? The Warriors' front office must weigh the allure of a championship window reopening against the potential costs to long-term sustainability. At the heart of this speculation lies one undeniable truth. Golden State's pursuit of excellence has always been fearless. From drafting Curry and Thompson to signing Kevin Durant and developing a championship culture, this franchise has consistently embraced high-stakes gambles with conviction. Landing Jarrett Allen would represent another bold stroke in a decades-long canvas of innovation. But conviction must be matched with prudence. Each blown-up roster risks destabilizing the very foundations of what made this team great. So here's where we stand, Warriors Nation, on the brink of a moment that could either cement our dynasty in basketball's pantheon or serve as a reminder that even legends must sometimes temper their zeal with caution. Could swapping Santos and Moody for Jarrett Allen be the masterstroke that lifts the Larry O'Brien Trophy back to the Bay Area? Or might it prove an overreach that fractures the chemistry we've cherished? Personally, I'm torn between the electric rush of adding a defensive titan and the nostalgic pang for 2 young players who embodied our future. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate isn't just about trade mechanics. It's about the soul of our team. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Warriors roster intrigue, make sure to follow Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a beat. Until next time, stay golden